Hi, I'm Jamie, I'm volunteering in Poland, and this is a Brit in Poland. So on the 19th of February, I left from London Luton Airport, which is a relief because it's London Luton Airport, and I flew all the way to Warsaw. I was feeling very happy about myself until I stepped out of the plane and thought, oh god, this is happening. Oh god! But the moment I saw Beata from Latitude, that all faded away. It turns out James, who is another coordinator for Latitude, was on the flight as well, and I just completely missed him, so sorry James, I do apologise. So after a 30-minute wait, the Kiwis arrived. I met people like Lyndon, Lockie and Ben, who were all in my room, as well as Ben and Michaela, who I'm quite good friends with at the moment. So we took a taxi to the hostel where I met the Australians and the Canadians. So after getting up at bright and early 7 AM the next morning, it wasn't so bad for me because I wasn't jet lagged. We had breakfast and then we went off to the British Council, which was a 5-minute walk down the road. It was here where our training was taking place for the whole week. They taught us all sorts of things, so how to be a teacher in general, how to command attention, special education needs, basically just all the things you need to be a teacher. We went off into separate groups and taught different classes, so we'd have actual Polish children who were coming to the British Council for extra English lessons, which are free by the way, there we go, plug in the British Council. And we taught them every day of the week as a group, so each person would take a little bit of the lesson. In the evening we left early to go ice skating at the National Stadium across the river. It was built in 2012 for the Euros. For me it wasn't so much ice skating as kind of clinging to the edge, moving out a bit and almost falling over a lot of the time. It didn't help that my only prior experience of ice skating was a 20-minute session at Whitehall Garden Centre. We went out in the evening on Thursday, I'll get to that later. Then we had our last day at the British Council, and then on the Saturday morning we met our host family. So this is my host family. So this is Bartek, my host dad. This is Zuzia, my host sister. My host mum Danuta. My youngest host brother Maciek. And my eldest host brother Mikołaj.
Hi. Hello.
I don't think he's noticed yet. So I'm living with them in a village called Mierzadło, just on the outskirts of Warsaw, but still close enough to be in the transport zone, which means I don't get a horrible fee. Mierzadło is basically just your standard village, to be honest. It's got a few shops, it's quite quiet, there's a dentist, there's a pharmacy, a library, there's a nice pond as well. It's got a supermarket, it's got everything you'd need. And I teach in a very modern school that was built in 2013 while I was taking my GCSEs. I couldn't get much footage of the school because most of the time I'm there's kids around whose parents' permission I would need to film them. So I went after school and finished on a Friday just to get a quick glance at the school for you to see. So I'm enjoying teaching lots. I'm teaching an age range of 9 to 15, which can be quite challenging, but it's good fun. I'm getting better every week as well, which helps. At least I think I'm getting better every week. I might not be getting better every week, so sorry if I'm not. I've never really been in a school so modern, to be honest, because I went to 2 former comprehensives with buildings from the 50s, so this is a breath of fresh air for me, you know. So I'm not really used to stuff being that modern. I'm also not really used to like everywhere being really flat. I'm not used to that at all because I'm from Somerset where it's just hills everywhere. I miss hills, I genuinely miss hills. Another major benefit for me being at that school is that I get free lunch, which is the best thing ever. So much better than UK school food, oh my god. And then on my first Wednesday into my placement there, oh, it arrived. I'd been warned about it, I didn't expect it to arrive so quickly, but on the plates were pasta and strawberry sauce. This is a thing in Poland, this is a serious thing in Poland. So we were notified about it in the pre-departure travel guide, but I didn't expect it to be that bright pink. I thought it would be more like strawberry compote. It's just Teletubby custard bright pink. Speaking of food, the food here is really good. You've got pierogi, which are basically dumplings that you can fill with anything, sauerkraut, pork, chicken, bacon, potato and fruit as well. We've also got bigos, which is basically sauerkraut with any form of meat. I think it's traditionally more pork though, and it's fried in a pan and it's just the bomb. It's so good. And if you want a good place for traditional Polish cuisine, look no further than Zapiece. It's a traditional Polish restaurant, it's a chain, at least in Warsaw anyway, and the food there is simply just amazing. So I went there after ice skating with a few volunteers such as Michelle, Joe, Jack, Kai and I think Sasha?
Don't kill me, baby.
I'm sorry, I'm not Say hi, Joe. hot beer and pierogi. Just slowly zoom in on the central.
You're such a pessimistic worldview.
You've not lived it.
Really?
I'm British, of course I do.
Oh, those were really hot onions, Jamie, and I couldn't open my mouth to cool it down because he had the camera right on. I was like dying.
Getting into Warsaw is very easy. So all I really need to do to get to Warsaw is firstly walk down the road for about 5 minutes, then get a bus from Mijadło to Wilanowska, which is the metro station, then hop onto the metro, and then I ride the metro from Metro Wilanowska all the way to Centrum, which is the central metro station. So that's all on the M1 line, which is the older metro line, and then there's also M2, which is the newer, quite frankly, much nicer metro line with nicer trains. So my first experience with M2 was a couple of Sundays ago, when I arranged to meet up with Ben and Michaela, and so we all agreed we'd meet at the Centrum Nauki Kopernik, I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, station, to go to the Science Museum, which is the Centrum Nauki Kopernik. So we arranged to arrive there at 10:30, I was there at 10:30, the other two got a bit lost.
Everybody's lost.
We eventually all met up together quite a while later. I gave both Ben and Michaela
A shit ton of directions.
and we eventually got there and we had a good time. So just yesterday, me and Ben went up the Palace of Culture and Science, all the way to the 34th floor, maybe 33rd floor, can't remember. And from there we got a really good view of Warsaw, all around north, south, east, west. It's a very good vantage point. You can see the National Stadium, the Old Town, all sorts. Speaking of the Old Town, we then went to the Old Town. So we rode the metro to Ratwoods Arsenal, and then we got a tram from there all the way to the Old Town, which was only one stop, which was handy. And then we went to the Old Town, where there's all sorts going on. It's a very busy area, lots of tourists, lots of people going out for evening walks. While we were there, we saw a man breathing fire, which was quite frankly the most magnificent thing I've ever seen. And then we went to an Irish bar, because we're in Poland. Well done for throwing yourself into the culture, boys. And that sort of really brings you up to date. That's what I've been doing. This is my life now for a bit. I'll try to make another video once I'm back from the Baltics, which is happening in a few weeks. And until then, see you soon. Also, I forgot to mention I'm volunteering with Latitude. They're a UK-based company that operate in the UK, Canada, Australia and New Zealand. But you should definitely go and check them out, and I will leave the link in the description below, like every single person on this website. See you soon.